on tackling the Sustainable Development Goals, aiming to empower youth through sport, fix climate change, and provide opportunities for young people in rural communities. Mohammed is the incoming country coordinator for Prince Ibrahim's Future Africa Foundation. The foundation is an Africa focused charitable foundation that was established with the aim of uplifting and instilling on the African people a spirit of self sufficiency and self reliance by empowering them with the tools, knowledge, skills, and resources needed to excel and make a better and more independent living. The foundation impacts the lives of underprivileged people around Africa through creating innovative ideas to develop long term economic sustainability and build social capital. Please welcome me as I invite Mr. Mohammed Sadiq.
Thank you very much, the chairperson of this auspicious occasion. All protocol observed, and of course, a very good partners in media. Good morning, and then this statement I'm going to read is on behalf of the founder of Prince Ibrahim Africa Future Foundation, who is the keynote speaker for this very important occasion. He wanted to be with us here, but due to some commitment, he's not around. But I'll do my best to fill his shoes here. It's a very long statement, but I'm pretty sure it is very important. So for this audience. So I'm going to read this on his behalf. It's not my words, but these are coming from Prince Ibrahim Sanya. First, I would recognize the representative from the Ministry of Health and all other key stakeholders that are here, esteemed health professionals and educators, leaders of faith and traditional communities, partners from civil society and the private sector, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the young people of our beloved Gambia. Good morning. First, allow me to thank the Joint Mental Health Advocacy Task Force for the honor of serving as guest of honor and keynote speaker. I accepted this role with humility and with a firm conviction. Mental health is not a side issue. It is a nation-building issue. It is about our children's classroom, our families, our dining tables, our football fields and playgrounds, our workplaces, our marketplaces, and of course, even where we worship our Creator. What minds heal, communities-wise. A personal note, I did not come here as a distant dignitary. I came as a son of the soil, a father, a colleague, and a friend who has listened to our youth describe sleepless nights, silent battles, and the weight of expectations. Some speak of online bullying and the pressure to keep up. Others carry grief or trauma that has never found a safe place to learn. Too many have felt that asking for help is a sign of weakness. It is not. Seeking help is an act of courage and wisdom. Let us take a brief moment to honor those who have lost and to hold space for those who are struggling today. Just a 10-second silence. May the Almighty grant them mercy and grant us resolve to act. Three truths we must accept. Firstly, mental health is health. And that's full stop. The brain is part of the body. If we can treat malaria without shame, we can treat depression without shame. Secondly, stigma is a barrier we build ourselves. When we label people, we limit people. Our faith, our culture, and our tradition teaches compassion and community, not mockery or silence. Thirdly, prevention is powerful. We must not wait until crisis. Skill support, and systems can protect our youth long before emergencies arise. To move from words to work, I propose 7 practical shifts we can make together: government, private sector, civil society, communities, and families side by side. Number 1, make help easy to find. Establish and publicize a national 3-digit mental health helpline with trained responders available in major local languages. Tie it to a referral network of clinics, counselors, faith leaders, and community volunteers. Number two, put support where youth already are. Train school counselors and peer supporters across upper and secondary schools, enhance universities, different institutions, and youth centers with walk-in counseling and quiet rooms. Number three, skill up our frontline. Provide mental health first aid training to teachers, coaches, police, immigration officers, social workers, and health staffs. Create confidential pathways for survivors of abuse, bullying, and substance dependence to access care without fear. Number four, use culture, sport, and creativity as medicine. Expand community programs in football, traditional dance and drumming, theater, film, and visual arts, not as extras, but as co-protective factors for social cohesion, confidence, and hope. Five, partner with faith and tradition. Offer short courses for imams, pastors, and community elders on basic counseling skills, referral, and how to preach compassion over stigma. Our mosques and churches are among the largest counseling rooms in the nation. Let's empower them. Number six, protect minds in the digital age. Launch a digital well-being charter with social media literacy, anti-bullying norms, and support for parents. Encourage platforms and telcos to provide youth safe settings by default and zero-rated access to the mental health helpline site. And the final bullet point, invest in livelihoods as therapy. Job, skills, and entrepreneurship reduce despair. Link mental health support to internships, apprenticeships, agribusiness, tech, creative industry, and green jobs because dignity and purpose are profoundly therapeutic. What I will personally champion, that is Prince Ibrahim, and then the foundation. Number one, by Allah's grace and with partners here, I will move on four concrete commitments. Youth wellness clubs. We will help seat 100 school and community youth wellness clubs, training peer supporters, hosting safe space circles, and running arts and sports-based resilience sessions. This is a commitment Prince is making and through our foundation. Number two, gatekeeper training. We will sponsor mental health first aid training for an initial cohort of 1,000 gatekeepers, teachers, coaches, and faith leaders, prioritizing regions with fewer services. Number three, quiet rooms and safe lines. Working with health and education partners, we will support a pilot of quiet rooms in selected schools and youth centers across the country and help amplify a single, easy to remember helpline once designated by the Ministry of Health. And finally, our final commitment, work and wellness pathways. Through our enterprise and our foundation, we will bring fence internship and skills opportunities to youth who complete counseling or rehabilitation programs so that recovery leads to opportunity, not a dead end. These are not promises for tomorrow. These are assignments we begin now, hand in hand with government, development partners, and local NGOs. To our policymakers and partners, integrate mental health into universal health coverage with sustainable budget, not one-off projects. Decentralized services so that clinics, schools, and community centers outside Banjul and Serekunda have trained personnel and referral pathways. Data with dignity, improve routine data to provide investment while safeguarding privacy. Procurement that heals, ensure steady access to essential psychotropic medicines and psychosocial services in every region. To our parents and families, talk early, listen often. Ask your child, how is your health today? Or how's your heart today? Not only how were your grades. Learn the signs of distress. Learn the language of reassurance. At home, let us replace fear with trust, silence with conversation, and shame with support. To the media and to the influencers. Words can wound or words can heal. Please help normalize and help seeking. Highlight recovery stories, avoid sensational coverage of crisis, and champion kindness in our online spaces. To our youth, you're not your worst day. You are not your most ancestor. You are builders of families, businesses, art, and our nation. If you're struggling, tell someone today, a friend, a mentor, a counselor, a faith leader, or a health worker. Asking for help is leadership. Offering help is leadership. We are leaders. A national pledge. I invite everyone here to join in a simple pledge. Please repeat in your hearts or aloud if you wish. I will treat mental health as health. I will listen without judgment. I will ask for help when I need it. I will offer help when I can. And I will build a Gambia where every mind matters. In conclusion, we stand at a moral crossroads. Our path is neglect, silence, and stigma. The other is courage, compassion, and science guided action. Our forefathers built communities where no one was left behind. In our time, let us build a Gambia of open doors, open hearts, and resilient minds. May Allah bless our efforts, comfort those in pain, and guide us to the healers for one another. Thank you. God bless us.
Everyone. I think that is a very good question and it is a need of a concern for our nation to start addressing this. So it will be a pleasure to talk about that, having the privilege of going through the school system and also later serving as a teacher. Then from serving as a teacher, I also have another opportunity to look at the other perspectives of the world, serving as a Montessori teacher, learning at the 3 to 6 level. And it is another part of education as well, refers to as the Montessori system of education. So basically, just coming back to the questions and connecting it onto the daily realities we have, students are in our mix, they can hear me witness that there is a lot of pressure students are going through in the schools. So this pressure is not just on the admin and the students level, this is on the management level. If the ministry is hearing out there, we are having an educational system which need to be reformed. The educational system structures like it is system in a way, it is governing people and like it is oppressing people indirectly. So when it comes to management, I think when it comes to management, I think there is a lot of things which need to be done in order for this thing to to go down. Because students are going to school every now and then. We don't have support systems built within the schools to look at the well-being of the students. So that is one thing I will suggest which is supposed to be done. We need support systems which need to be built in order for students to express themselves. Stand by for a moment, proper support systems to be built within the school system so that these support systems will serve as places where students can go and seek for support when the need arises. Because going to school alone is traumatic. So there are different things you face, sometimes at the home level, sometimes in the school level. So being into that system, you need support systems. Like we need to reintegrate that and put it part of the system. For example, we have emotional intelligence clubs in the schools. Like we have many other clubs talking about everything. So before we reach to the clubs itself, we need to have mental health as an educational field of study. We need to study mental health in school in order for us to understand what mental health really is. Because sometimes, like I have a lot of experience going to schools talking to children about mental health. Whenever you ask at the first class what is mental health, people think to tell you what mental illness is all about because we don't want to we don't understand students don't differentiate what is mental health and what is mental illness just with the current advocacy and current realities people are doing a lot of efforts in people knowing what the differences are. So but when we have mental health studied as a school subject, so people will tend to understand what mental health is and the teachers need to be trained professionally for them to have a basic understanding of mental health. Last time we had this dialogue and I was telling some of the members within the ministry level. I think every teacher who is supposed to be in the school system supposed to have a good understanding background of what mental health is all about in order for you to support students. Because when a student come in school every now and then it's going home, there are particular days and times which these individuals are not strong enough to be in the school. There are particular times they cannot perform well. They are going down with their grades. So all these things need to be assessed properly in order for you to support them. So if you don't have those support systems in the school and the teachers are not qualified to know what these individuals are going through, they cannot do a screening for them. They don't have safe spaces to sit down and talk to these individuals. These individuals are only time in the school as a place where they just come and gain knowledge and go home. It does not work like that. And the other thing we can do is looking at the anti-bullying policies, because sometimes they go through a lot of bullying in the schools. What type of bullying policies, anti-bullying policies can we put into the school systems in order for us to support the well-being of the students? So I think this is also a need for us to put that as a thing ongoing. Without the school, without the teachers supporting the students, but within the students themselves, having peer support groups will be another thing which will support these individuals to get to the next level. Because knowing what mental health really is, it's just simply how an individual think, feel, and act in order to handle life situations. Because how you think determine how you handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. So if your mental health is being triggered, your performance at school is at risk. You relating with your colleagues at school is at risk. You communicating properly with the teachers is at risk. But who is there to assess this? Who is there to monitor this for you? Sometimes when you go at home, it might be the workspace. Others belongs to the school more than the home. Some people come with stress from home and arrive at school, you are late, somebody just bang onto you and beat you up without asking. Why are you late? Maybe this individual did not have water to take bath and come to school. This individual did not have money to wash the clothes and come to school. The uniform is dirty. So all these things are challenges. I can recall at one time in school when we had an interrogation with one of the students. When the students explained the story, like what she is going through at home, like every other person who was trying to make judgments before knowing the actual story is regretted. So these are things happening every now and then. Them being addressed, not being addressed, they are existed. So having a school system which promotes mental well-being, which promotes mental health education, which promotes the integrity and the dignity of the students is a need for us as a nation to address. And it's now. I think this is something we need to advocate for, and this is something we need to push forward in making sure that policies are there. We have in a lot of subjects in school which I think personally we don't need to learn. Mental health is one of the most important subjects we need to integrate into the school system. Thank you.